Hello, everybody. Here I am screeching in at 7:07. I'm so sorry. I was using the television as a guide for when it was 7 o'clock. And I was watching a particular show, Top Chef. Okay? And I was like, when that show gets ready to go off, when they've told you who is going to be going home, screech or run into the office because it's time to go live. And so I was grabbing a drink, this and that, and then finally I realized, like, no, it's been longer than like a few minutes. And then I raced back in here. That show's going to be on until 7:15 tonight, so there you go. Hello everyone, this is Lisa Harden coming to you live from Boise, Idaho. Boise, Idaho has been a little rainy off and on, as it should be this time of year. So I'm very glad to report that we're not getting a ton of precipitation today, but every little bit helps. We are 60% of normal. You probably don't care about that. But I work at the power company and we have a lot of hydroelectricity, so we care about that. So you come to me if you want to know what the water percentage is around this area. Okay? Oh my goodness. I'm just catching a glimpse of myself. I gotta back off of the camera, don't I? It's been a long week. Lots of screen time for work. And, oh, there's everyone. Yes, lots of screen time for work. And my eyes are showing it. When I'm tired or when my eyes are tired, I'd like to say that you can't really tell on my face, but it's written all over my face, right? Hey, but check it out. This forehead, smooth as glass, right? Yeah, enjoy it for the next 3 months. That's it. Have a little vitamin water tonight. May have made a mistake this afternoon. I'll let you know later on about midnight, but I stopped and got an iced white mocha. It's my Starbucks drink of choice. I usually have that when I'm having it. I have it around 7:30 in the morning. I had it at 2:30 today. Not sure if that was the right thing to do, but you know what? The sun was out. I had to run the children to the groomers, and there was Starbucks, you know, and I was thirsty. So I'm so glad to have you here with me tonight. I thought I would do a little literal FaceTime, right? Hello, everybody. I see Amy, Lori, and Roz. And I saw Debbie. Oh my goodness, I have so many of you tonight, right off the bat. Jean is always first. Jean must be my secret Facebook VIP, Jean, because you are always like clockwork. Like, if you don't come on one night, I'm going to send the cops over to your house because I'll be concerned. Okay, so just know I'm looking out for you. Roz right behind her, and there's Andrea. Yes, Andrea, we're having a live tonight. Yes, yay. Mitzi, hello. Hi, France. Oh, Donna, hello. I like the little wave emoji. Looks just like what I do, right? I'm always flailing these hands around. Hello, Lori. Yes, I am feeling better after last week, obviously, right? So I did go in. This is me, never learned my lesson. I did go in today. I had also gotten an infusion called a Myers cocktail. Who else has had that? I think it's been called that for years and years. It's basically an infusion of vitamin C, magnesium, and B complex. So everything except for B12. Anyway, I had it a couple of weeks ago and it worked pretty well for energy. So I was like, why not? Oh my Lord, you can tell that I didn't spend those last few minutes before I went live looking at myself in the mirror. I told you it rained, right? Well, when I went to get the dogs, I was in and out of the rain. So although my hair started out flat ironed, it is now trying to go back to its native state. But you know what? We're all friends. If you have crafted with me in person, you've seen me looking close to this. So please don't judge too harshly, okay? It is Thursday night, but yes, I'm feeling better. Thank you so much for sharing, Lori. Lori and Roz, and probably lots of you have. Of course, that reminds me to please ask you to share this video to your social media sites. That means share it to Facebook, share it to other groups that you are involved in, or moderate. That's what I was thinking. Anywhere where it might be, or a paper crafter might hang out, or a would-be paper crafter might hang out, right? Or somebody who just likes to sit and listen to crazy stories. I have a very good one for you tonight about a dream I had last night. Only me. It involves Stampin' Up, though. So, anyway, we're just going to chat and craft and have lots of fun tonight. We are going to use the suite called He's All That. I think it's called He's the Man, actually. But He's All That is the stamp set. I believe it or not, like, don't adjust your screen. You know that I'm not all about the masculine cards. It's not because I don't care about them necessarily. It's just not that inspirational to me. I guess you can interpret that as you will. But I love this set. So I love it so much that it's one of the kits in my Spring Fever Fest, which we will talk about shortly. But yeah, it's one of the kits in my class for May. So it's really, I like it. I love it. It's very appealing. And wait until you see the dies. Whoa. They're kind of like the Hippo Happiness dies in that even if you don't like this He's All That stamp set, you're going to want to buy the dies because they are so cool. Let me send a quick message to Sherry. Sherry just asked, am I going live? Live right now. We're waiting for you. There we go. All right, everybody tease Sherry when she comes back on. Actually, be very kind. She had some bad news about a dog, one of her dogs this week. So show her some love when she comes on. Yes. So anyway, you know, I like the He's All That. And then I found out some really great news about Stampin' Up. I was just reading about it. Some of you may have already read about it. So let me pull it up right now. And let's see, which one do I want to start with? I want to start with that. And then maybe I want to put my head in there, just my talking head. So let's take a look at this. Wait until you see this. You're going to be so happy. Stampin' Up! Is having another fantastic special, of course. And beginning May 3rd. So we always know that the starter kit is the best deal, right? The starter kit's the best because for $99 plus tax, you can choose $125 of product of your choice. So May 3rd, you will have the new annual catalog to choose from. You'll still have the mini with the windmill on the front to choose from. Any clearance items, all that stuff. So any of that can comprise your starter kit, okay? $125 for $99 plus tax. But Stampin' Up! Has said, let's have a little celebration. And so in honor of all of the new colors, the new in colors coming in, you will get an extra $66.50 when you sign up during May. And that product is going to be a plethora of in-color product. 22 to 24 in-color product. So again, do you have all of the colors memorized yet? Hello, Sherry. There you are. Okay, so we've got Orchid Oasis. I want you to see how beautiful they are. You know we've been using them. I can't keep my hands off of them. Sweet Sorbet, Tahitian Tide, Starry Sky, okay, and Parakeet Party. So you will get, again, in addition to the $125 of product that you get to choose of your choice for $99 plus tax, you'll get free shipping, free business supplies, about $50 worth, a free, I think right now it's a voucher for a free paper pumpkin kit, $22 value. Plus, then you get this extra bundle of $66.50 worth of product. You'll get every single one of those ink pads that I just showed you. You get a collection of all of the 5 colors in cardstock. You get a package of the 6x6 DSP, and you get some grid paper and something else. I can't remember. But anyway, a lot of stuff. So probably makes, let's see, definitely makes the offer more like $210 or so. So anyway, if you are interested in that, I would love to have you on my team. We have a small but growing team. So if you want to be part of that, it's great. It's super fun. I like it anyway. Actually, if any of my team members come on, you can certainly ask them if they like it. Or I could give you their names if you want to have any testimonials, okay? So anyway, it is just a great way to get involved with Stampin' Up! You'll have a permanent discount as long as you stay live, or no, not live. As long as you remain active, there is a minimum purchase to keep that discount. But if you don't buy anything else after the starter kit, you just stay a customer. You just have fun with that. There is really no... Stampin' Up! Is like a soft sell. They just want you to enjoy the products. They know you're probably going to stay because you enjoy the products. But if you don't stay a demonstrator, we don't care. I don't care, and Stampin' Up! Doesn't care. I mean, we care, but you know what I'm saying. I just want you to choose what's right for you, okay? So again, though, if you live in the United States and you'd like to be part of a small and growing team, we do things online and in person, and I do, you know, set goals and benchmarks for people. If you would like to try this as a business, it's a fun way to try it and have a little bit of support from me, and just see what happens. Worst case scenario, you have a bunch of crafting supplies, okay, that you didn't pay for, and then you get everything else at a discount. So I would love for you to think about that. All right, please think about that. We'll be coming up May 3rd, which is like next Tuesday, less than a week, and then it'll go through May. But wouldn't you rather start it at the beginning? I would. Okay, with that, why don't we talk about something else that's fun? So if you get my emails, you saw this come up, but let's see here. Let me bring it on. So I am having a Spring Fever Fest. That is May 20th and 21st here in Boise. If you cannot make it to that event, please think about joining us for online Spring Fever Fest. It's mostly the same thing. Okay, we're not going to be meeting at a pizza parlor. We're going to be meeting through Zoom and Facebook classes, but we'll still have bingo. You still have 5 kits to choose from, featuring the 5 new bundles in the new annual catalog. So the sign up for that is May 22nd, so I can get everything packaged up to you and get it in the mail for you to have by June 4th. And June 4th is when the Spring Fever Fest is for online. So anyway, please take a look at that. I will post the link. I think I posted the link on here yesterday, but if I did not, I know that I sent it out as an email. But I will post it here. I like to send it out as an email first as a thank you to people who sign up for my email, right? So then finally, let's see, I won't make you keep looking at all of these fun things going on, but I told you there's so much fun going on in May. I just love it. It's a blast. So I also have an in-color club that is going to start in May. It will go for 5 months straight. You will collect all of the in-color products except for the Stampin' Write markers. And they will be a full sized products. So if that sounds fun to you, you'll also get 5 months of free classes, 5 months of an exclusive Facebook group where we will share extra things. And I'm going to go live over there more than once or twice. Okay, I'll be going live all month in that. You'll also get supplies to make the cards with me. So please check this out. Also, links will be provided in the description of this video. And it's going to be a lot of fun. And I love the ladies that have signed up for the class, of course. But I would love to add you. So please think about it. And if something happens where you want to sign up for my team and then you're getting all of these other in-color products, just know that we can work around it. And I don't mean, by that I mean we can adjust the in-color club products that you purchase if you're going to join my team and get that in-color package of products. So just know that you don't have to have a bunch of the in-color products if you've already signed up to, if you want to sign up to be on my team. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, now guess what? We're going to do a little stamping. How about it? Let me move this keyboard. I have so much stuff up here. You guys, I am like barricaded in with lots of really cool product. Remember last week it was free shipping day? Well, I took advantage of that. Took big advantage of that and ordered lots of stuff because, as I just told you, I have so many fun things going on in May that I need lots of fun product. Oh my gosh. And we also got our Seal and Seal Plus refills came in. Oh, thank the Lord. So Andrea's asking, how long will the spring event last? So the Spring Fever Fest is one day off and on. We start at 10 o'clock Mountain Time. I believe it's 10 o'clock Mountain Time. And we will have breaks. We'll like do a couple of kits, then we'll have breaks. And then we come back on. I can't remember what I put in the registration, but I believe we come back on at 6 o'clock Mountain for bingo. So, hello. So, anyway, Andrea, if you want to chat with me about it afterwards, literally just give me a phone call or just message me and we'll chat about it. Okay, if you have any questions. Oh my goodness, I was gonna say hello ladies and hello Gary at the very beginning, and then I just forgot. I got too excited, I guess. I don't know, it's like I've never done this before or something. Kay Phipps has shared. Thank you, Kay. And please tell George hello for me. Oh, and I will tell you, of course, this is my You Share, I Share promotion, right? I was asking you to share my video, but I want to do something in exchange for that, and I'll be giving away some free product. Okay, now last week, Debbie Green won her choice of these. She has not told me what she wants. Debbie Green, please tell me, please report to me, Debbie Green, and tell me, would you like the Driving By stamp set or the Sparkle and Shine sequins assortment? Ooh and ah. Leslie Annabelle from Australia, she won also. She was the first one that I drew. And so she is getting a card that I put in the mail a couple of days ago. Leslie, you'll probably get it in about a month. So, you know, lucky dog, right? Okay, you guys, I'm still here, but I need to look in the treasure chest. I need to see what I'm going to give away. Let's see. The next prize will either be, oh, this will be fun. See, I fly by the seat of my pants sometimes. And I like it that way. It's super fun. Okay, so next week, after you share, I am going to let you choose either the Chasing, these are the two choices, okay? You can have the Chasing Butterflies with a mini gumball machine. This was in one of my classes a few months ago, right? So the Catching Butterflies with the mini bubblegum machine, or a full pack of the Glossy Dots assortment. I say a full pack because there's some missing here, right? You guys, have you even laid eyes on these? The catalog, this picture probably doesn't even do them justice. They are so gorgeous. They use these Daffodil Delight. So this is, these are some of the colors in the Hues of Happiness, I believe, product suite. And it's featured on the cover of the magazine. It's the magazine of the catalog. And so they used, I'm trying to speak, I'm so verklempt about these glossy dots, right? See this? Look at them. And they're in threes. And what do we usually do? We use our embellishments in threes. So, Gorgeous Grape, Melon Mambo, Daffodil Delight, Coastal Cabana. Oh my gosh. Also, if you're going to be in my class, you will be getting a half pack of these and many other embellishments, okay? Your kits are going to be full of a lot of product. They'll be full of supplies to make 8 cards with envelopes, and that'll be 4 different designs, 2 of each. Okay. Yeah, oh, treasure chest. I know, right? It is as fun as the dentist. That's probably why I call it that. The glossy dots are to die for. And so, anyway, those are your choices, right? So all you have to do is click the button, click the arrow to share, and then you should type in the comments shared, because sometimes your privacy settings don't let me see that you've shared. And don't be shy. If you don't want the glossy dots or whatever, well, that's just too bad. I don't want you to not put your name in the comments because you don't want me to give you a prize or something. Because for one thing, when I go through this and I'm like writing down all of the shared, it makes me very happy. I love it. So, it's a little thing, but it means a lot to me, and it means a lot to the Stamping Zoo, because when you share this, I get more views, right? Views turn into customers, and if nothing else, we have a really lively group to watch, right? Okay, so quick recap on the Patty Bennett organizational to die for. I hope this, yeah. So last time we talked about it, I was showing you what she showed on her video, which are, these are Avery, the brand Avery passport pockets. Okay, I bought 3 packs and I have extras. Okay, it works so well. And then I got this thing. Look, it's called a packet organizer. It's like for your kitchen. It's for, you know, ranch dressing and stuff like that. Let me see if I can. There we go. I got this at Home Goods for the great price of $6.99. I can already think of a million different uses I could use for these kind of stadium. It's stadium seating, right? Check it out. Look at me. Now I can just rifle through these. I'm going to pull these, the Rustic metallic adhesive back dots, because we're probably going to use them tonight. And anyway, so I just wanted you to see that this works like a dream. And so no more messy embellishments falling all over the place. We will have order. I know, Lori. I love it too. Andrea, you're so right. More people need to enjoy my live. Don't they? Wait until you hear about this crazy dream I had. It was so weird. First, though, I should probably get going on a card, don't you think? This is kind of one of the main reasons we're here. Okay, I will put this color aside. I love this color combo, though. You know I love my purples. Blackberry Bliss, Rich Razzleberry. Okay? It's berries, and I love berries. But I have chosen papers that coordinate with the Designer Series paper. Early Espresso, Soft Succulent, and Sahara Sand. I love Sahara Sand. It is a perfect combination of gray. And fancy decorators tend to call that grayish, right? Look at us. We are so fancy. Now, I do have a sampling of all of the designer series papers. And where have I put it? Oh, never know. Here we go. All right, so look at this cool collection of designer series papers. So you get 5 different papers, 2 designs of each. So like this is the front and back of one of the papers and so on, okay? And then 2 of the sheets are just these really cool die cuts. So we will look more at those. But this one, I love this camping one. Oh, it's so cute. And so, of course, there's all of the different elements in the designer series paper are right here in our stamp set. We've got the car, this cool van, camper van, right? Barbecue. I love this one. We're going to stamp this just to see what it looks like. Love this guy. Okay. And then, as I said, these dies are to die for, pun intended. Look at them. Look at this one. Looks like a bottle cap, right? This tiny oval. I'm in love with it. It's a really fancy one. And then these were actually, they were the selling point. This little Argyle. It's so, well, it's just adorable. I know they're supposed to be manly or whatever, but they're adorable. Look at that. This is in Pear Pizzazz. I'm dying. They cut really clean. That's just like one pass through the die cutting machine. And then there's these little spots where you can put some glue if you want, or you could put them on adhesive sheets. But anyway, they're great. Jean says the espresso sides are my favorite. Espresso is really rich looking, isn't it? Yes, I love it. Hello, Ethel. Hello, Ethel. Somebody has posted a link for Home Goods. Good job. Oh, online store. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I went to Home Goods last week, the actual store. It was like a nightmare, pretty much. In fact, I went, I got everything, all these pillows and stuff, because I hadn't been in a long time. They haven't had any junk because, you know, of the shipping crisis. So finally I went. It was full to the brim. And so I filled up a cart. And then I proceeded to go over to the checkout line, which was really more like a checkout mile. And I don't mean just through that little gauntlet of junk that they have you run through. I mean to the end of the store. Through the gauntlet and to the end of the store. And so I was not able to wait for that. So I just parked my cart in the baby clothes. I figured that was a safe place. Then I went home, I went home. I did all sorts of stuff all day long. And then I went back at 8 o'clock at night and I tried to get my cart. Somebody had put it back. How rude. Anyway, I bought my stuff then. Still had to wait in line, but it wasn't crazy. I don't know. It was outrageous. Kathy Strang, hello by the way, says she's anxious to get her order, right? As of today, it's still picking since the 21st. She wants this DSP. She means now. Stamp it up. So, Sarah, Shelley, if you're watching this, will you please expedite Kathy Strang's order? Thank you so much. That's how important I am, right? So yeah, this paper is 12 by 12. It's gorgeous. Like Jean said, total rich looking patterns. Look at this one. Oh, so pretty. So let's make a few cards, shall we? Let's do a little stamping because, you know, I like to get the stamps inky. It's a thing I do. And you too, hopefully. I have put the labels on these, so they're all like ready to rock and roll. These are cling, which I don't know. Do I prefer them? You know what? The cling and the photopolymer, they both have their pluses, right? I think Stampin' Up! Is very good at giving us a combination of those. They serve different purposes, right? So when you have two-step stamping and you want to look through the stamps, you obviously need photopolymer stamps. But then when you have really detailed images, I believe that they take better on red rubber. So there you go. And we don't need the paper piercing mat tonight. So let's just take a look at a couple of these things. I might be sort of casing the catalog. And then you know me, I'll probably take off in a million different directions, right? Oh, no Home Goods close to Eugene. Well, Gene, it's not like you could get out and go to it. Don't you have like about 8 feet of snow so far? My goodness. We're going to have to send somebody to come dig you out. Notice I didn't say I was going to come dig you out. I mean, you can't wait that long. Let's just try early espresso on both of these. Soft, succulent, and then Sahara sand. Let's see if we like it. Oh my gosh, I love it. I do like that. Now that was something that was an ink combination they used in the catalog, and it's so cool. Look at this one. It's so cute, isn't it? This was a scrap that has a crease in it, but I definitely am liking this combo right off the bat. Look at that. It's so adorable. You could color that van if you wanted to, but when you put it onto Sahara sand paper, soft succulent paper, you don't have to. Let's check this one out. Hello, handsome. That mustache is so adorable. I'm not always a mustache fan, but I am when it's a stamp. Yes, I am when it's a stamp. There is someone on the current version, a man, on the current version of Australia's Married at First Sight, and he is kind of an outdoorsy looking guy with a mustache, and I have to say, he's kind of cute. So, lots of those Aussies are, though. Yes, they are. I don't know what it is. Must be the rugged outdoorsy type. Anyway, that's a fun show to watch. Married at First Sight, both the American version and the Australian version. Dare I say, the Australians are a little more dramatic than the Americans. I never thought I would see the day that anyone was, frankly, let alone the Australians. But I've got to say, yep. Hi, Debbie. Hello, Debbie. Debbie was trying to sneak on. We saw you, Debbie. And I hope you're doing well. Hope all is well down south, over south, whatever. Okay, let's cut a couple of these out because, like I said, these dies are killer when it comes to label dies, right? So I think we'll do that one for fun. Let's see. Do we want to do this for Hello Handsome? It's kind of big, but we could do some splattering on it, right? And then there's even an arrow. We can cut this arrow out. Look at this. And look at this. You don't have to cut this out with scissors. Aren't you happy? Like the kites. Anne was so mad at me when I set up a class, and she had to cut out the kites. She had a week, right? She's in the middle of the remodel from hell. So she'd had a week, but you should have seen her face when I told her, you're going to have to do a little fussy cutting. It was as if I had asked her to cut out the octopus. Somehow she managed. Okay, speaking of the octopus, this is what comes into my dream, you guys. It's crazy. So you know that stamp set we have called Seize the Day. In fact, I need to get it out and make sure that's the one it is. It's in the mini, I think. Seize the Day. It's a really pretty stamp set. I don't have it though. Just again, because if I, could do this full time, then yeah, I would have every stamp set. but I'm required to work during the day at another place. So I don't have all day, unfortunately. But this is a stamp set I really like. I believe it's still available. Yep, this is it. So I dreamt that I ordered this stamp set, okay? Now, we have talked before about that I have a slight interest, not obsession, but a very deep interest in octopi. They are very interesting. They're very clever. If you watched that movie, My Teacher, the Octopus, you too would feel the same way about octopus. I don't eat them. Not because I don't eat meat, but because I think it sounds not good. But that said, okay, so in my dream, right, I ordered, let's see if we can put this through the mini. In my dream, I ordered that stamp set. And as part of a marketing thing, they also put something else in the box. Guess what it was? A real octopus. And I was so mad at Stampin' Up! Because they mailed an animal. You know what I mean? It was like they put an animal in the mail, and then it was alive because, as I was telling my best friend about it, octopus can live on land or in the water. Now, that's not true, but how else were they able to mail it to me, right? Okay, now I'm using plate 3. This is a slight deviation from the original instructions, but trust me, it goes through really smooth. So if you use plate 3 for your die cutting and then 2 of your clear number 2 plates, it goes through like butter. Oh, look at that. My gosh, I hope it's able to handle all this cutting at once. It's kind of a lot for the little machine. Let's give it a try. Okay, so, oh, I should have known. Just went through just fine. So anyway, yes, I got the Seize the Day stamp set, and I got an octopus as a little bonus. And so I was keeping it on my coffee table, which was, I was at my house, but it wasn't my house. You know what I mean? Just, it was a dream house. And there was this little octopus, and it had huge blue eyes. And I wouldn't touch it because it's kind of like, you know when you go in those butterfly houses at the zoo, and they're super fun. And while you're not scared of the butterflies, you kind of freak out a little bit if one lands on you. Well, that's how I felt about the octopus. And so then it was just hanging out on my coffee table. That's where I kept it. And I kept telling my friend Katie that I was thinking about getting it a tank, since I guess it was going to hang around. And she came over and was trying to pet it with dish gloves. She had she had dishwashing gloves on, and she was trying to pet it, and it ran. Well, it didn't run, but it, like, I don't know what, and went under the couch. Now that probably came from the little dogs, because when Tango and Cash were little, they were actually, believe it or not, shy when people came in the house, and so they would run under the couch, and I had to get them out by using little bits of cheese, like mice. So anyway, I'm sure that's where that came from. But talk about weird, right? So weird. I know. Roz. I was like so mad at Stampin' Up. I was like, what in the world? What is this? It's taking it too far. It's taking the, promotion too far. I'd say. Oh my gosh. Yes, I know. Jean says, your son and daughter-in-law love octopus. You've eaten it also, and it was tasty. It was good. I'm sure it might be, but I don't know. I just can't do it. But if I had to give up anything out of the food I eat, it would be animals. For the obvious reason, I guess, the humanity reason, but also just because I just like vegetables and fruits and carbs. more. I do. I just like them more. Okay, and now we've come to the part in our program where we have to choose some paper. Oh, I like this. I love the classic cars. They're very cool. There looks like a bug. There's a Rolls Royce, probably an Indian motorcycle, right, or something. Mustang. Of course, they're not the real cars because I'm sure we don't have the license to do that. So let's just call them random cars. And they have lots of detail. Look at the little kind of, it's not like dot, it's not pointillism, but they have dots in them. And the cars almost look like they're kind of jumping off the page. And then there's this, which I really like. So I immediately am thinking I like this combo. Now I am making this up on the fly. So of course I'm yammering on too. So this card probably wouldn't take that long to make. But of course, let me entertain you while we're making this card, right? Let's see how long it will take to make this simple card. Just keep in mind, it doesn't really take this long, but that's why we call it stamp and chat. This is the chat part. I like the card paper too. Yeah. And that would look absolutely fantastic on this as well. See, it kind of draws out all the detail. So it all works on there. But I'm thinking we're going to go a little more muted. Almost looks like a weave pattern. And then let me get out these two pages, two 12 by 12 pages of die cuts. Look at these things. I believe they're the same. So you get, two of each of the dies. Yeah, they are. Aren't they fun? Look at that. And they're all really nice size. There's like just some ripped paper effect. Some little like notebook paper. You're flipping awesome. Strong and courageous. Cheers to all your years. And then all these cool arrows and stuff. So I want to put, let's see here. With this guy, I know what I want to do. I want to flick it. Let's flick it. Do we have early espresso blends? I don't think so. We have, though, dark, soft suede. But we also have, don't forget, we have all these natural ones. And they're all back in stock. Oh my gosh, they're all back in stock. So the 10 markers, 100 through 1,000, that are feature kind of skin tone, they're all back in stock, my Stampin' Peeps. So get yourself some. I think I'm going to use the bronze marker. And let's see how that turns out. Okay. Where's my little Techniques box? It's really a paper pumpkin box. No EE blends. Oh, yeah, okay. They'd probably be really dark anyway, so I might just tend to steer clear of them. I kind of want to see my stamping through my coloring lots of times. Okay, let's throw this in there, right? We throw it in. We're going to take our bronze paintbrush end. This bronze is sold, it's not like a light and dark bronze. It is sold with the ivory pen, I believe, or maybe it's sold separately. Oh God, sold separately. What am I, a game show? Not that exciting. Okay. So that's nice. That adds just a little like interest in the background, right? Okay. And of course I love that together for the long haul. So let's see what we might like. You know what? I think I want to stamp that Hello Handsome as a background. So let's try this. Let's start adding some things to this. And of course we can use those die cuts. You don't even have to stamp a lot of these cards. Okay. You're a classic. Together for the long haul. I have no idea. I will give this card to someone to give away, right? Because I am not part of a long haul couple. Nope. Not gonna do it. Oh my gosh, look at that. This is a die cut. It's all ripped up, but that's the die cut part. Isn't that fun? So you can just slap that on there, and if you really like this, you can get the Happiness Abounds, I believe it's called. Again, I'm talking about the suite that's on the cover of the catalog. You can get those dies, and the die has, one of the dies is a paper edge like that. A spiral bound paper edge. Is that great or what? So fun. No, that's a little much. But we can use an arrow. Let's see here. How about this thing? Yes. And that's probably good. Because you know I have to put some twine on it too. This thing's gonna be so duded up. This is probably really why I don't make masculine cards. It has nothing to do with the masculine part. It has to do with the fact that they don't like a ton of embellishments. It kind of irritates me. As a rule. I don't know. I shouldn't stereotype. But oops. It's going crazy in the background. So yes, little dogs went to get their hairs done today. They look so cute. I like the groomer a lot. She does that thing where she trims their feet so it looks kind of like they're floating when they do their little prancing. I love it. I'm sure that she will leave the grooming establishment I use, because that has been my luck with groomers for the past, well, all during COVID. It's like I get a good one there, and then they fly the coop. Why? I don't know. Hello? Is somebody in the background? I just heard them trying to do some random placement of this. And then, of course, I need some dimensionals. I know. Yes, Jean. Well, you know what? I don't know why they choose to do certain blends and certain not blends, but remember that one purple we had, and they had a really hard time formulating it? We wanted it. We wanted it real bad. It was like pansy purple or something. I wanted it so bad now I can't even remember what it was called. But maybe there's trouble with the ink formulation for certain colors in the alcohol blends. Because I'm sure if they could make them, they would make them. I mean, that would be kind of silly. Now before I stick this on, Lisa, Lynn, what do you want to do with that twine? I think I want to put some back behind it. Purple Posy, right? I couldn't live without Purple Posy. And now I can't even remember what it was called. Who is leaving? KZ. All right, we can let you leave, Kathleen. I know, you're 2 hours ahead of me. Now, Roz is a night owl. So Roz isn't going anywhere, are you, Roz? Nope. She says, no, I'm just getting out. She's just getting warmed up. Sometimes, Roz, when I'm up late for my time and I'm 2 hours behind you, I will see the green light on next to your name because it tells me, you know, when my friends are online, and I think to myself, dear Lord, that poor lady. And maybe you like to stay up late, though. Is it that you are a night owl and you like to stay up late? You like it when, you know, Gare goes to sleep and you can have the place to yourself? Or is it that you have trouble sleeping? If you don't mind me asking, on the live. If it's a personal thing and you don't want to talk about it, say, none of your business in all caps. Like Kathy Strangwood. She would say it in all caps with an explanation point at the end. I'm not quite sure where this whole embellishment thing's going. It's getting a little crazy looking. It's okay. See, I don't know how to embellish men's cards. This is just one of a million things that I don't really know about men. I don't get them. I don't understand why they do the things they do. That's just for starters. So I'm doing the best I can to make them a card, okay? Like I said about my hair, don't judge too harshly. Oh, Bra says she doesn't stay up so late when Gwen comes bright and early the next day, huh? Yeah, I'm sure. She cramps your style, man. Because I'm sure she comes and she's like full blown, you know, energy. Hey, Grammy Roz. Let's run around as fast as we can. Oh, this is cute. Look at that. It's just kind of fun. It got some texture on it. Now, these are manly embellishments right here, I've been told. Rustic, metallic, adhesive back dots. Look at all those. So, looks like 2 different sizes. 90. You are able to order these now as you can order 2 packages of them if you are a demonstrator. That's another cool thing about being a demonstrator. It's actually the best thing is that we can order early. But they will be live and alive on the 3rd of May. Okay? You can buy as many as you want. You can probably buy 50 packages if you want. And that will be just fine. Ooh, yes. It's kind of cute, right? Maybe could use a 3rd color, but I don't want to get crazy and put too much stuff on it. Right? Okay, let's see. I want a liner for it. And I really almost think I want to use a vanilla. Yeah, I think I want vanilla. Let's see here. Yes, free shipping was quite a coup for the Stamping Zoo. I actually placed 2 orders because I placed a large order and then I was like, oh my gosh, I should have gotten blah blah blah. Actually, what happened was during that day, I think that I just missed it in the morning, but during that day I realized that the refills for Seal and Silk Plus were back and available. So I had to get on that. I'm just looking to see if I want to stamp something on the inside. No. Right? Remember when I said I don't really know what I'm doing? Yeah, Jean. You wake up in the night and you start reading. Oh. Well, I know. When I retire, my sleep's probably going to go to hell because, I don't know, last week after the whole Botox debacle, my sleep was off for the week. And one night I came in here and started coloring, which was okay because my mind wouldn't stop, you know. It was like going over all sorts of stuff. And then when I came in here and started coloring, then boom, at 2:30 I was ready to go to sleep. Oh my gosh. Hey, this is fun. I like this. Together for the long haul. I could give it to my best friend that's been my best friend since the 7th grade. Or I could give it to her and let her give it to her husband. I think I'll do that. Or I'll probably keep it for a while. Show it off at the various classes. This is easy, right? So easy and so fun. And it's the stamp that makes it. That stamp is so cool. All right, let's do a little spin. And let's bring those colors in that I like. Not necessarily feminine, but definitely rich. Okay. Now I had all these things cut, placed aside, and then I got everything all discombobulated before I went live. Good job, Lisa. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. So I cut my standard card base, and then I cut 2 of these. I think I'm going to use this as an insert, right? And I don't know if I'm going to use the rich raspberry on the front. I do want to immediately cut some of those argyles in this color. No, maybe we should cut it in the blackberry. Yeah, maybe we should do that to bring the blackberry towards the front. And I am going to cut this because I'm just in the mood to use my mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And if you are coming to the live event, the live Spring Fever Fest, I probably already told you this, but please, if you have one, bring your mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. This is what you bought it for, events like this, okay? It will rock your world. You'll be like, oh my gosh, how did I ever live without this? So what have I done with the plate? I think that went rolling onto the floor, sure enough. Okay. Ooh, that's where I keep a lot of my things. On the floor. All right. Now I think these are going to be really stunning, especially when you put them up on rich raspberry. Okay, so see how they come out? Clean as a whistle. That's my whistle. I am not good at whistling. It sucks. I always wanted to be a really good whistler. But you can't have everything. I guess I got the looks. Oh, hey. Wait a minute. That one's not right there. It's not cut out. Okay, easy enough. I should have brought it back to me, right? Okay. So just pop that back on. This is a symmetrical die, so top and bottom, doesn't matter. And it'll just go right back into the notch. You can't always pull that off. But with these, you can. Why? Because I love them so much. Because that's how adorable they are. Okay. Now we'll bring it back. Oh, yes. Kathy, your sleeping's been terrible. That's no fun. Your body, you've been through a lot, lady, in the past 2 months. I mean, you know, you've been through a lot. I think you know that. But I'm just confirming in case you're thinking, oh my gosh, I don't know what's wrong with me. Okay. You do need to take your pick tool because you're going to want to get these little guys out of there. Now, come on. Don't embarrass me. They were like literally just falling out before. Maybe the Blackberry Bliss is a little bit different or something. No, it's not. Okay, come on. Yes, I could use my die roller, but where's the fun in that, right? Yeah, it always reminds me of one of the very first classes I had, and we had, I think it was the Eiffel Tower die. I don't remember which die it was, but it was really intricate. And I forgot to get the roller brushes out. And so the girls were doing that, only on a huge die. And then finally one of the ladies said, "Don't you have a roller brush?" Oh my gosh. I almost lied and said no. I felt so bad. Oh man. Jean's on the floor doing her stretching exercises. That's a great idea. I have a foam roller, Jean. Do you have a foam roller that you lay on? It's not pleasant, but it provides a lot of pressure right on your spine. And then you can roll out your IT band. Now that, I'd rather be hit by a car than do that for more than just a few minutes. But you know what? It feels good after. That's all I can say about it. And actually, it really feels good to my hips. They get so tight because of this whole office gig I have. So, yeah. Anyway, my 2 cents. Enjoy it. Ooh, look at these. They're already beautiful. Now, that's not necessarily girly. or manly. It's just is, right? It's just a rich color combination. Okay, let's see. Can I make one of these guy things work? Can I make one of these guy card stamps work? Let's see, what do we have? Number 1, hello handsome, the man who does everything. Every day with you is another adventure. Holy smokes, you're amazing. I kind of like that. I think I'll have to be really creative to do that, when I could just use the dies and then another sentiment. Let me see what I've got back here in my stash. In my treasure chest, right? How about that thank you? I like it. This thank you. Right in that one, or could we, let's see. I'm trying to think of which die would look good with the Argyles. This one might be fun. Oh, and then we could put like an Argyle over here and then tuck one behind. I'm liking that idea. Okay. What color? How about just putting it on white with some rich raspberry ink? Those die cuts would be good for a man card that's into racing. The Argyles? Sure. I think that's what you're talking about. They're super cute. I mean, they're manly. See? I told you I don't know anything about making no man cards. Do the best I can. Now, I can sell you lots of cool things to make man cards out of. I just might not be the best at it. Okay, I do want my paper piercing mat. I just realized. If you're smart, you'll keep it in the bag that it comes in. Then if it gets a little ink on it, you can just wipe it off. Now, I say that because I didn't do that the first time I had it. But I did it with the second and third ones that I bought. Old dog, new trick, learning. Okay, and then I said I was going to kind of like put one over here. Ooh, yes. And so forth and so on. I want to do something else though. I want to stamp on the background. Let me see. Do we want, I think we want a slightly smaller background, 3 3/4 by 5. And let's take something out of Cup of Tea. Look how I'm just pivoting, moving around here like crazy. Let's just take something out of here and use it to make a pattern. Let's take this, because that's kind of fun. Now, I realize I'm not use the man, but I never said I was going to be using it on everything, did I? And I'm slightly using it because I'm using the dies. Ah. It's more your hips than your back. Okay, you know what, Jean? You'll hate me for a little while, but I think you should get the foam roller. I think you will like it. You'll be mad for a little bit. And then after like, well, I don't know, but after using it several times and then using it regularly, it's really very handy. Now, I hope this image doesn't compete too much with the Argyles that I was trying so hard to highlight. I'm just realizing that. Yes? Well, we're going to just take a look-see and see what happens. Because you know what? We can always just turn the paper over. That is delicious looking. If I had to make cards all month long with 2 colors, I would probably choose Blackberry Bliss and Rich Raspberry. It's just so pretty. Yes. So what's everybody doing this weekend? It's not Mother's Day yet, but you guys, it is next week in the U.S. So don't forget, all right? You've got to get your Mother's Day cards made. Oh, I'm in love with this. It's taking a turn. It's doing a whole tea thing. All right, let's check it out. I'm going to mix up die cuts. What do you think about that? We don't know, Lisa. It's looking a little wonky. Okay, let's see here. Let me cut this way. Right? No, let's cut this part off. Oh my gosh, I hope I didn't go too close to the end. No, we're okay. All right. Now I want that over on the end so we have room to put some sort of a fun little embellishment. Manly embellishment. Now this card's gone south as far as manly is concerned. Stereotypically speaking. Get over there. All right. You guys talk to your dies. It really helps. Yeah, it helps. So get over there and stay. Stay, doggy. Speaking of those, oh my gosh. And you know my dogs are like perfectly trained, right? Get real. So the place where I take them to the groomers, there's 3 groomers in the back. And then there's also a bunch of tubs out in the front where you can wash your own dog, which I used to do. Actually, my last dog was a Doberman, and he would just let me use the hose on him outside like a car. That dog was so, wow. He was like, just, anyway, we don't have enough time to talk about how cool that dog was. So anyway, so when I was taking these guys out, there was somebody using that self-service wash part. And, you know, I hate to tell people, like, can you clear out? I'm bringing it, you know, I'm bringing through some real killers here. And then here comes Tango and Cash, right? But, so I just said, would you mind just moving to the side of the tub? Well, they came out and they probably smelled the dog. The dog was doing absolutely nothing. Okay. It was like a medium-sized dog, and it was so non-reactive. It was embarrassing to me. And so anyway, they immediately got out of their collars because I didn't realize it, but they had put the wrong ones on the wrong dog. And also, they had just been groomed, right? And so they were super slick. Anyway, they got out. First they were like doing all their growly stuff. And then when they got out, though, and I said, hey, they just froze. I think they were like, oh, wait a minute. We're actually loose now. And like I always tell them, you're writing checks your body can't cash. And I think they realized that. Typical little dogs, right? And so anyway, I was like, get over here. And they both came over. I put their collars back on, and then they wanted to act like little a-holes again. I'm like, seriously, please. Don't embarrass your mother. So that was our little never dull moment around here. If it's not me getting sick from Botox, it's my children acting up at the groomers. We're classy that way. We are classy. We need our own reality show. Oh, you can put this sideways too. That's kind of fun. Kind of looks neat. Just for, look, we've already come up with a variation. I am going to put this on here though, just like that, because I like it. You're actually going to your uplines for a stamping class. Who is? Oh, Kathy is. Kathy says she's going to her uplines for a stamping class. How long have you been a demonstrator, Kathy Strang? Let's see. You know what? I think I'm just going to put glue on those 2 pieces. Our glue is great. We don't need to like, and also I like it to have a little interest here. So let's just glue it down like that. You of course could use the adhesive sheets should you want to. Now I want to use some kind of ribbon. This is an interesting card, isn't it? I love this just as like just a design piece, a little decorative design piece. Then I want to put one on the back because I think that's kind of fun. Now I'll just put a little bit here. So, and then of course we'll pop it up on dimensionals because that's how cool we are. And it'll be quite interesting. I don't know which embellishments we're going to use though. Oh, you do need to get out of your house and enjoy seeing your people, your stamping people. Oh, so, I mean, I'm excited for you to do that. And then, you know what? You're probably going to be worn out. But it gets easier, right? It seems like when I've had surgeries or whatever, you know, you get knocked down so much or so weak so fast. It's kind of amazing. I remember when I went back to work after a surgery and I'd been off for, I think, 3 weeks. And then I was just going back part-time. And it wasn't like, oh, I was spending the other half of the day running around, seeing friends and shopping and stuff. I came home and slept. It was dead on tired. And I thought, how am I ever going to go back to work full-time again? I'm thinking, right? I'm thinking here. I think I want it slightly north of center, but that's kind of fun. Look at that. You can't go wrong with this color combo. I'm telling you right now. Okay, now I'm looking through the embellishments. As I do that, feel free to comment, share, like. I don't want to see the hate face. Don't even start that. Oh, you just celebrated 5 years in March. Very nice. Very nice. Okay, let's look at these. I kind of like the gold. So these were very popular, and so they are in the annual catalog coming up, but we're still selling them. And the cool thing about the embellishments is you can give them a try. Oh yeah, I like that. You can give them a try, but then if you don't like it, they come right back off of the paper. The rose is actually kind of a neat color. Isn't that interesting? I want to see it on camera. The rose actually ends up picking up a little bit of that purpley color, doesn't it? That's fun. I just don't know where to put them. Let's see. How about if we kind of offset them from the Argyles, or maybe I should incorporate them into the Argyles. Yeah, I think I should. Then it immediately looked like I was doing 3 different patterns. That's just goofy. I don't have any small ones. Oh no, I have one small one. That's okay. I might like a 3rd one there. This is a weird placement, but it's kind of fun. Okay. I've never made a card like this, I don't think. It's because of those Argyle things. They're just kind of cool. Thanks, Corinne. I know, Jean. I love this color combo, too. It's so fun. It's so fun. Oh, my gosh. It's already 8:20. You guys, I have to stop. I can't keep you longer than that. You'll hate me. Well, we didn't get a lot done tonight, card-wise, but information-wise, wow, we were off the chart. Oh my gosh. You know what? I'll have to come back on this weekend and we will just make a ton of cards. I hope you've enjoyed these 2 cards that I really talked about a lot. They're kind of fun though. I do love them both. Nick will really like this one because he's the one who's going to get that. Yes, from Katie. So anyway, here's the cards, everyone. Look at our beautiful cards. This one, again, I just love those die cuts. They're so fun. I'll probably stare at this for a while. Those are really cool. And then, of course, I love that camper van stamp. So, listen, everyone, I've had a nice night. chatting with you. I knew you would think that that dream was funny. Can you imagine opening up your Stampin' Up! Box and having an octopus slide out alive? A little weird. That's all I can say. I will tell you again, please don't forget, if you are thinking that you would like all of the in-color inks and then you would like to shop with a discount for a while or a long while or a little while, please don't forget about maybe joining the Stampin' Zoo. My team's called the Zoo Crew, and like I said, they're a small but growing crew, and they're gonna have, Stampin' Up's gonna have this fabulous signing special, which basically adds an extra $66.50 to an already great starter kit, and then you can shop with at least a 20% discount. And you get all of my online events for free, and you get to shop early and everything. So I hope you guys all had a really good night. Oh, Sherry, been thinking about you a lot this week, friend. So I hope everybody is going to be doing well this weekend. And like I said, I'll probably pop on and be a little more productive. How about that? But I needed to get started with this stamp set, for one thing, is because I'm making a kit out of it, right? So I had to get ready. So I'm all warmed up now. Oh my gosh, I can't wait. Please think about joining me either online or in person for the Spring Fever Fest. And again, I will add the links to this video right now. And then you can take a look at the registration. It gives you all the details and tells you all of the options. And so anyway, have a great night, everybody. I'll see you soon. Thank you so much.